Cleaning a spray gun is one of the most important jobs in the daily life of a spray painter. And as it needs to be done several times a day, I'm going to show you today how easy it is to keep your Anest Iwata spray gun clean and performing well. Welcome, I'm Markus from Anest Iwata. As we all know, tools work best when they are in good condition, and especially for spray guns, which are supposed to deliver perfect fan patterns and good atomization. Keeping the relevant parts clean is one of the most important things. Let's take a look together how to properly disassemble, clean and reassemble a WS400. Are you ready for this? Let's go. First, let's make sure we have everything here so we can get the job done easily. For disassembling the spray gun, I'm going to use the Anest Iwata spanner, which comes included with all of our spray guns. Additionally, I'm going to use the small Anest Iwata Torx key, which is also inside of every box. I'm going to use a ratchet with sockets in the size of 13 and 14 millimeters, as well as an Allen key of 10 millimeters. We offer all of the cleaning material I'm using in our spray gun maintenance kit, as well as health protection in case you are using solvent or cleaning fluids. To make sure we have a proper workspace for this, I'm going to use the Iwata cleaning mat, which offers a soft and smooth surface, just perfect for the spray gun, and it also helps to prevent losing some of the smaller parts. Alright, now as we took care of this, let's get started. As the first step, I'm going to remove the air cap. For the cleaning, we need to make sure that all of the bores of the air cap are clean. For the small holes right next to the center hole, I'm going to use a cleaning needle. For the air cap horn, I'm going to use the 5 millimeter twisted brush. And for the small holes here, I'm going to use one of the tiny twisted brushes. At this occasion, I'm also checking the general condition of the air cap. For this, I'm going to evaluate especially the center hole and the conical part inside of the air cap. We highly recommend to only use the brushes and the cleaning needles for cleaning the air cap. When we visit body shops, we often see other things like welding wires being used. However, using something that scratches and scores the internal diameter of the holes can affect the spraying performance permanently. Next, I'm going to remove the fluid adjustment knob by simply unscrewing it. Take it off together with the spring so we have everything together which belongs together. Next, I'm pulling the trigger while grabbing the fluid needle and simply pulling it out of the spray gun. I'm going to make sure that the fluid needle is clean, and I'm going to check it for dents or bends. Now, with the fluid needle removed, is the right time to remove the paint nozzle. For this, I'm going to use the center shape of our Anest Iwata spanner. We could also use the 19 millimeter wrench on the side of here, but we do not recommend that, as it is very easy to come off the nozzle. And as the nozzle is one of the most relevant parts for a good atomization, we want to keep it in the best condition as possible. As for all parts of an Anest Iwata spray gun, the nozzle is not supposed to be super tightened, so it should only require a little bit of force to unscrew it. And right after this, you should be able to remove it easily by hand. So now we are going to clean the nozzle with the small twisted brush and either the 10 or 15 millimeter twisted brush. When using these brushes, please take care of their metal parts because they could have sharp edges which could scratch or damage the nozzle. We're going to clean the center like this, and with the tiny brush we are going to clean all the holes like this, and also the center hole. As our spray guns have slit nozzle technology, it is also important to keep this part of the nozzle clean. So for this, I'm going to use the brush and clean them like this. Okay, with this out of the way, I'm going to check the general condition of the nozzle, and afterwards I'm going to continue cleaning the gun body with the 10 or 15 millimeter twisted brushes. All right, this should be pretty much it for the standard cleaning procedure. So if that's what you wanted to do, I would continue to dry all of the parts and reassemble the spray gun. However, today I want to go a little bit further and disassemble the spray gun completely. For this, I will use the small Torx key to first of all take off the pattern adjustment. When I'm doing this, I'm taking them off together with the screw, so in that case we have everything together. Next, I'm going to remove the air adjustment knob. Now I'm using the 13 millimeter socket with the ratchet to remove both the fan pattern adjustment and the air adjustment. Also here, not much force should be needed after initially loosening them. It is quite easy to recognize which one is the air adjustment because it is much shorter. However, we should keep that in mind because if we swap them when we are reassembling the spray gun, we could damage the gun body. Okay, now I'm going to use the 10 millimeter side of the spanner to remove the needle packing. Once you have taken it out, make sure that it remained complete and that no part is missing. Usually that's not a big of an issue because they do not come off easily. And also make sure that it is in good condition. In the final step of the disassembly, I'm going to remove the air valve. So for this, I'm going to use the ratchet with the 14 millimeter size in order to remove the fluid adjustment guide. Take care when you take them out so that they stay together. Okay, now I'm going to use the 10 millimeter Allen key and I'm going to remove the air valve. Once you take it out, make sure that it is in good condition. The thread must be completely clean and free from any paint residue. Otherwise, it could leak air from behind the trigger when refitted. On a side note, I would like to add here that we only recommend removing the air valve when it's really necessary. If anything happens to the thread inside the spray gun, it will permanently damage the spray gun, causing air leakage or bad performance. Yeah, and this is already it for the disassembly. So now let's check one more time if everything is properly clean and in good condition. And afterwards, we can start with the process of the reassembly. So for this, we are going to start again with the air valve. We are going to place it where it belongs. Use the 10 millimeter Allen key again. And now make sure that it goes into the thread smoothly. And once it is turned in, do not over tighten it. As we saw before, it is made from plastic. So we only need to apply little force to tighten it properly. This should be enough. Next, I'm going to add the fluid adjustment guide with the 14mm socket. Again here, there is not much force to apply, that should be enough. Next, I'm going to add the air adjustment and the fan pattern adjustment. Air adjustment is the shorter one, as we mentioned before, so it needs to go here. And the longer one is the fan pattern adjustment, so this belongs here. Next, I'm going to screw the nozzle back to its place, and for this I am again using the 19mm shape of the Anest Iwata spanner. Now let's refit the needle packing. So first, I'm only screwing it in a few turns by hand. Then I will fit the needle and the fluid adjustment knob. Next, I'm using the spanner to tighten the needle packing. I'm tightening it until the needle sticks. Once this happens, I unscrew the packing again until the needle can move freely again. That's exactly how we want it. Not too tight to compromise the needle movement, yet tight enough to prevent any leakage. Next, I'm going to add the knobs for the fan pattern adjustment. And also for the air adjustment. Everything is working smoothly, so now it's time to put the air cap back on. And our spray gun is again ready to go. Last but not least, we recommend to make use of the maintenance grease and apply a small amount right behind the trigger. In that case, we can make sure that the trigger action is performing smoothly. As everything seems to work fine, this is it for this video. I hope we covered a few interesting points for you, and I'm looking forward to see you in the next video.